progressive 8 weeks. So let's get started with the final and fourth iteration presentation for Team U, Ultraviolet Unicorns. I'm Will Burt. I'm a software engineer. I'll be presenting the slides.
I'm Kamal Loganwala. I'll be presenting the demo.
I'm Charles Kittler. I'll be part of the robotics. And over here we have...
I'm Jacob Bernard. I'm part of the robotics team as well.
Here's a brief look at the team that has spent so much time together over the past several weeks. And next, I'll move on to the 3 things that the team has learned over the 4 iterations. So what did we learn? First, how to manage a team's time effectively, shying away from teaching towards the end, pushing everyone to work in small groups or alone and collaborate in necessary ways. In the second iteration, we had a lot of work, a lot of meetings, and therefore a lot of Zoom fatigue for everyone, especially our leads. And because of that, it wasn't the best product. In iteration 4, we had people branching off on their own, working when it works for them, less time spent due to this more efficient dynamic. And it really just helped us out in the long run, made everything seem so much better. That leads me to the next point, building a great team dynamic. So after sprint 2, we had an intense 2-hour talk where we confronted many problems, both as individuals and as a team. This long talk we had let us know what each other wanted and led to a happier team with more clarity. And finally, expansion of programming knowledge. This one may seem obvious, but it can't be overlooked due to the large amount of material covered in the course, which was small compared to the amount most people on the team learned from applying these skills in the project. So that leads me into what we would have done differently. So I'm going to just mention 2 things. One is re-implement the launch team or Scrum startup team, which sort of got the user stories set up and gave a direction to the project initially. So at the start, we had this as our lead devs, and towards the end, we actually transitioned to a team of people that weren't leads, which really helped the entire team know what the whole project was going to include. And then next, be honest about challenges, but try hard to face them individually before getting help. Towards iteration 3 and 4, we did more of this, and it led to more skilled developers and an extremely efficient dynamic where we could help each other when we needed. And next, a note to our future scrummers, future software engineering students, just communicate. This is a very broad term, but to put it in short, communication allowed us to go from 11 strangers to 11 teammates working as part of one productive, motivated team in the end. So that leads me into our special features for this week. These were all implemented between iteration 3 and iteration 4, so just this past week. The first one is Kiosk COVID-19 entrance handling, which is a system that provides a safe and effective entrance process for guests, benefiting people entering the hospital along with administration. And then we have notifications for a request system in the form of text messages and emails, which just adds to our very robust request system, a screen cleaning robots, a temperature reader robotic component, and finally a COVID dashboard that uses the hospital's data. So you've seen how we've changed the team. Let's get a look at our final product. With this, I'm going to ask Professor Wong to change the pinned screen. I believe Charles Kittler on the desired device has raised the hand on Zoom.
Okay, I'm looking for Charles. Give me a second.
Might just say Charlie.
It says Charles. You should see that there's one with the raised hand.
It seems like your mic's a little robotic. Just adjust that for a sec. Yeah, you're still a little robotic. We had Charlie change to a robot voice for the robot feature.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is perfect.
Okay, perfect. So we'll start off by showing, so the robotic feature that we're showing off is a automatic COVID screening robot. I'm sorry that we're doing it through like not a screen share, but through a visual thing, but it shows off the things a little bit better. So we have the simulated mobile login. So in this flow, you would log into the app. So I will log into my account right now. and then you would log in and it brings up Google Maps here. It's a little hard to see, but this is Google Maps. And once you arrive at the hospital, you would select next. And this prompts you to find a kiosk that would be put out in like a weather protective case somewhere near the parking spots so that someone can access it before entering the hospital and being around a ton of people. This button here just switches us to the kiosk view. And so at a kiosk, you're prompted to log in, but there's also a guest login if you don't have an account, right? So you could put your full name and a reason for visit, but I have an account, so I'll show it off so that we can show off some of the corresponding features in the mobile app. So if I just log in here, it takes this. It's just a standard COVID survey, how you feel. A lot of us, the WPI people, have seen this one a lot. And then once you're done with that, it has a temperature reading. So if I show my assistant, Jacob, just holding the temperature reader up to his head, and it's just reading his temperature. And then if I come back here and I click take temperature, it then prompts you with, oh, let me fix this view for you guys. It prompts you with this. I don't know if you can read that well. It says log into the mobile app or continue or scan the QR code. So for people who don't have the mobile app, you can scan this QR code and it will display directions on which entrance you should use. So it automatically, based on how you responded to the survey and what your temperature was, it's determined, is this person low or high risk of COVID? And it will direct you there. So you will click log in and clean screen. And what this will do is this will turn on the LEDs and then it will start moving the motor. So and this screen will stay up until the robot is done. So we can see the robot is sort of cleaning the screen. We use blue LEDs here to simulate ultraviolet LEDs that will kill the virus. And as the robot is just going over the screen, it's just slowly scanning. You can't really see it, but we have a motor off the screen this way, just moving a pulley. And once it gets back to the starting position, the LEDs will turn off and then it should just continue back here. So once we're back at the main screen, I can go back to my mobile device and I can log in again. And upon logging in, oh, 1 second. Sorry, my phone is almost dead. You can see that you're prompted with a, oh, you can't see it, sorry. But there's a pathfinding here. I'm gonna get Jacob to hold it a little bit better. So you can see that the path auto-filled to the front entrance because we answered that we were not symptomatic and Jacob's temperature read to be about 96, 97 there. So what you can also do is, I'll do it with the mouse so my fingers don't get in the way. If you you can also save your parking location. So like, let's say I parked right here, click it, I can save the spot. And then if I click load, you can see that the parking spot auto loaded into the end destination. So you can go from wherever you want. I'll just log out and I'd ask Professor to unpin my video and I'm gonna let Kamil take over here and show some features inside of the app that don't involve the robot or the mobile version.
What should I be doing right now?
If you can unspotlight my video, actually, I think if I just stop my video, it will unspotlight it. And then Kamil should start screen sharing.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay, I should be screen sharing now. Can everyone see?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So now you get to see our app on a screen, which is really cool. If you notice with Charlie, he was in that blue theme. We did a lot of different themes. So I preset mine to be in dark mode. So once I log in here, I'm gonna log in with an admin account and show off some of our features in our desktop and admin privileges. So we also have two-factor authentication, and this will take the user's phone number, send them a code, and then allow them to log in. It takes like 10 to 15 seconds to send sometimes, so we're going to skip that for now. And if we have time at the end, maybe we can see that as a little treat. Okay, so I'm going to log in without two-factor authentication, and this should load the page. So a quick comparison of our pathfinding here compared to the mobile one. You can see there's a lot of similarities. So here's our map. Here are different floor plans, all in dark mode. To pathfind, you could type anything up here, or you can pick from the dropdown. Once you do that, this direction will tell you which floor to start on. It will give you textual directions to go to where you switch to the next floor. Then you'll switch to the next floor and see how you can arrive. So that's simple. That's awesome. That works. I'm going to quickly show the map builder just so you know it exists. Here's the map builder, same features as last time. I'm not going to demonstrate them. I'm just showing the map builder for now. So going off of what Charlie and Jacob just demonstrated, we have a COVID dashboard. So depending on those requests that are coming in, depending on if they're resolved or not, we can tell whether this person has entered the building or not entered the building. Depending on the temperature and how they filled out that survey, we can see if they're symptomatic or not symptomatic. So I've inputted test data for 4 different days here. So you can see people who have no risk and high risk. Depending on if an employee has resolved their request, meaning they have actually gone to the right location and their request is resolved, that they have actually gotten to the hospital in the correct way, then we can confirm they have entered. So that's why some have entered and some have not. Okay, on to, well, before we go to requests, I just want to show you one thing. This is our user manager. I've put in two accounts here that are important to look at. So this is Will and Andrew. We have their real emails and phone numbers in here so that when we go to request to notify them, it will actually notify. And here's a quick guest list in an add user screen. So this is what we've been working a lot on Team U. These are the service requests. So this is a really nice collapsed view in dark mode. And it gives you a concise information about each request. As you've seen in other teams, you can filter how you want to. You can filter based on resolved. We want to make it very easy to see which ones are resolved or not. So you can see they're a little grayed out, and also it says resolved in the title. So let's go back to active. So if you want to see more details of a request, we can open up show details, and expands in this awesome expanded view. We also have an interaction timeline, which will show different comments on this view request system. So you can see it was created 2 hours ago by admin. And then there are a few users that have commented on this. I'm signed in as myself, and I can add an update pretty easily to this commenting system. And then if we scroll down to the bottom, you can see there's a status update with my name. We'll come back to these map view, but based on the map view, you can see different locations that are relevant to this request so that anyone who is responding to this request can easily see. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to edit this request. And let's take out Will and Andrew. If you delete those, you will see an update at the bottom that the request has been edited by me. And then I'm going to edit back and add Andrew, and I'm going to add Will. And this should, based on their user preferences, this should send them an email and a text message that they have been added to this request system. So let's save that. You can tell it's sending because it takes a little longer. And then I want to see if Will's screen can go ahead and share.
Kamil, I think you need to stop sharing first.
Okay, yeah, let me go find that first. All right, stopping share.
So I can confirm that I have gotten the email. Oh shoot, I just deleted it. Sorry, pesky Zoom controls. Okay, let's go to deleted items. I have gotten it right here. Request from admin at 2:40 p.m. These are the details of the request. So yeah, with this, I'll hand it back to Kamil.
Okay, all right, back to it. So that is an awesome, and Andrew, can you confirm that you, Andrew, our essay, to be clear, did you get that on your phone?
Yes, I did indeed
Yes.
get it both on phone and email.
Awesome, okay. So our request assigning thing works. Hopefully you guys can take that as true. Next, what I want to show you is our upgraded pathfinding system, or in reference to our request. So this has no locations. So let's go ahead and add a location. So you can type this and say you want to add it at the finance office. Finance office right there. You can see that the request was edited with locations, and now our finance office is right here in our view. If we want to go to this instantly, we can just click Pathfind to location. It is entered your ending point, and then all you do is click a starting point or fill it in as I showed you before, and then you can see directions to get there. So in this way, people can view requests and then switch to pathfinding very, very easily in a great flow to see how that whole process works. Lastly, I want to show you quickly how our new request page will work. I'm not going to add one, so I don't have to type everything out, but you would fill in all these fields, select a different type of request. You can see the icon and the title updating, so you can get feedback based on which request you're trying to make, and they each have their own unique fields for whatever that this person needs. And then you can add any assignees or locations in the same way as you saw me do it with edit request. And then we cancel out when we're done with that. Okay, so to finish up our presentation, I want to quickly show you guys the help pages and then about us. So we have some awesome help pages that help you figure out how to use our pathfinding system with the sidebar and with either typing in or selecting from the dropdown, just like I showed you. And you can go all the way down and see some of these awesome help pages. Our COVID-19 one looks pretty awesome as well. So just want to give this one a real shout out. Okay, so then I'm going to finish with about us. So you can see all of our members who contributed, giving a special thanks to the Brigham and Women's Hospital for making this project a reality. And then all of our members are lead, assistants, document analysts, product owner, project manager, and our full-time software engineers. And thank you, Andrew, for being here and watching our presentation. All right, that's it. Any questions before I close the application?
Thank you. It looks really great. I agree. Your windows here look awesome.
Thanks so much.
Okay. Well, that ends our presentations for today. I'm going to stop recording. Just wanted to mention